Yeah, Ashish, we would like to hear from your side India's journey to all the world skills competitions so far, what we have achieved, and how the road ahead is going to be.
Good morning, everyone. Uh, and First of all, thank you to Furniture and Fitting Skill Council, Rahul and Devesh for putting up this session so that we can get more collaboration and get more people into World Skills India movement. See, the journey has actually started for World Skills in 2007 when India initially participated in the first competition uh, way back when after getting membership in 2006. So subsequently, we have been participating regularly, and in the transition manner, the skills have been increasing year on year. As you know, it happens once in 2 years. Uh, World Skills baton was given by the ministry to NSDC in 2010, and since then, NSDC has been leading this initiative. My journey with World Skill India has got associated since 2014, and with a lot of confidence, I can say the journey has been fantastic. Uh, while we were quite below at the medal tally and the world ranking, and from there we have transitioned to winning medallions and finally winning gold medal last year. World Skill event per se is a spectacular event and is a must watch. As it is said, seeing is believing. Uh, Feel is different when you are there in the venue, and which showcase and inspire skill excellence. The entire experience actually changes your perception and creates a pathway to professional identity for the youth who is participating as competitors and other individuals involved in different capacities. Uh, as the organization World Skills India and World Skills International, they are amazing in the manner what they accomplish year on year with such lean teams and surprise everyone around the globe. Uh, Specifically, what Devesh asked about the journey, as I see the journey, it is just the beginning of a massive movement which we are going to see in later years and a continuous learning platform. Uh, and specifically with regards to the journey of the Sector Skill Council, it actually started in 2016 when the predecessors, Mr. Gurpal Singh and Parvesh, came to us, and we were actually looking for to increase the number of skills, and that came in as a pleasant surprise. Which and then we started participating in from 2017, carpentry and cabinet making, and last year it was cabinet making and joinery. I'm sure Rahul and Devesh as a team and the team under them are going to create history in coming future.
We expect the same, Ashish. Next is how what are the trades which are doing great in terms we talk about world skills that it is spread across 52 to 55 trades. Uh, so which trades are doing constantly better? How what is the reason behind that? If you can just elaborate, because it's going to be a learning for us as well.
Yeah, first of all, just the information. There are 6 sectors under which there are 56 skills. So your trade come under construction and building. Uh, See, there have been variety of skills under each sector. say under each category, which have been performing sometime better, sometime not, and sometime consistently. So I would rather ponder upon, and each competition is different, and each competition is unique in its own creation. And over the past 6 years and 3 competitions which I have been, my analysis is every time uh, some skills which are predictable, which are going to do better, uh, but there are a lot of pleasant surprise also. So I would rather get into the reasons than the traits. See, plus I will give an example as well. Uh, the the entire thing is based on the teamwork. There is back end, there is front end. Back end, we all at NSDC and WorldSkills India, we take care of it. Uh, and the front end is led by the SSC, who in turn get the partners, find the trainers, get industry, get corporates, get academic institutions together, and make it a cohesive unit and as a team which moves forward. So this team is very critical for finding the right candidate, right trainer, right mentor. So once this unit is in place and they have a clear goal with persistence, then it becomes very focused way of moving ahead. So finding the right candidate, finding the right expert, finding the right trainer is the key. Secondly, once that is done, there has to be a step-by-step approach, which is a plan. We actually call it a process because there are specific tasks to do which are related to our work environment, which is the test project. So the process needs to be done repeatedly as a again and again until it gets chiseled in the mind of all the people, all the stakeholders, key stakeholders, especially the candidate and the trainer. Trainer need not be one because there are different modules, there are different aspects in the test project. So variety of trainers, yes, one person will go as an expert, but variety of trainer when they work as a unit because each one specializes in their own area. And if that has been transferred to the candidate, so then the performance is the optimum. Other than those, there are generic and basic traits which each individual needs to contribute, especially the candidate. The development of competitive capabilities, sustained internal motivation, research, attention to detailing, and uh, I would lay emphasis on professionalism and precision. The reason is professionalism because this is not a academic competition. This is a theory and practical, which actually is the required in the industry. So professionalism is important. Precision because uh, the task which is given in any skill needs to be exact and accurate what have been asked for. So that's these are the reasons which I feel are critical for success factor. And Toyota as an organization which leads in mechatronics, prototype modeling, I see them as one of the example. The way they document it, the way they invest on it, the way they get the industry support from other players in the industry whenever it is required. So that's what I believe are the success measures.
Ashish, you have seen three international world skills competition. In between, you have led team to various international other competitions as well. There might be some candidates who can be quoted as a great success stories. Can you name few and what are those success stories? So that the candidates, because today our most of our attendees are the students from Indian Wood Institutes, Bharatiya Skill Development University, Centurion University. They all are preparing for coming World Skills competitions. So few success stories can motivate them to a greater extent.
Okay. I will mention 3 success stories. But before that, I would like to apprise everybody and all the potential candidates, trainers, experts, and industry players who will help us in this journey ahead. Uh, every time when we participate in a competition, this is a skill competition which is multi-skill at international level. It is also called Olympics of skill. So when we put the term Olympics, it is also perceived as Olympics in sports which have multi-events. And as a byproduct of it, everybody asks what is the world ranking, how many medals you have got. That's how people measure this thing. Yes, it has been a slow progression. We have increased in the medal tally in 2011. I remember our position was 39th in the world, and we had just 1 medal with us. But later years, a medallion increased, medal increased, gold, silver, bronze, and last year in 2019, we have reached our world ranking of 13th out of 65 countries which participate. So, ranking and medal is one part. The other part, what I believe is how a success story or these people are made. The second is that each candidate, it is not necessary they win medallion or medal. Each candidate who has gone under this training of world skill and participated at a decent level and at international level, their life has enriched in many manners. And so this is another goal of World Skills India, to enhance lives of young professionals at a very early age. Just to quote an example, there was a girl who participated in beauty therapy in 2015. She came through a process. She won the India skill part in 2014 and then participated in 2015 at international level. But her journeys actually started in 2012. She was a runner-up in India skills in 2013. She did not give up. She kept pursuing the trade. She kept learning. And so you understand, she started in 2012 participating and training for that. And she actually got a chance to represent India in 2015. So gestation period of these 4 years is not easy to sustain. And today, after that, she owns her institute. She has a lot of franchises in India. She trains people. She trains potential world skill candidates. That is one example which, from a very humble background, which we see. Second example which I would like to quote was from welding skill. There was a guy from Sachin Rane. He was from very small town in Maharashtra. And until India skill, he was very average and he could not do much about it. And then we gave him an exposure and he went to New Zealand to participate in Oceania competition. And he came last over there. We don't know what happened to him after that. The way he trained himself, not only in the skill, but in soft skill and motivation, technical, non-technical parts. And when he represented India, he became the highest scorer from India. He got Albert Vidard medal. He got, sorry, not Albert Vidard. He got highest nation award for India because highest marks in all the skills, and he got a medallion of excellence. And today he's a trainer with Mahindra. Anand Mahindra has recognized his efforts and has rewarded him substantially, monetarily as well as career-wise. The last example which I would like to quote, which is way back, which I believe is worth mentioning and everybody should know about it. See, the team which represent India is a unit which is of candidate, expert, and if required, an interpreter. Plus SSC is there, the industry people are there. So this guy called Priyadarshan, in 2009, he won a silver medal for India, when India participated in only 2 skills. He was from the skill of plastic dye engineering. He won silver medal in 2009. Now today he is in L&T. He's a product design engineer in L&T Technology. Why I am mentioning him? Because at that point of time, he was the only representative. There was no expert. There was no trainer. There was little bit of training in India which he got. There was no interpreter. There was nobody with him. He was alone, and he, with his knowledge, persistence, practice, understanding, with his internal motivation, with his courage, he won a silver medal for it. That was the first one what we got. So there are examples you need to pick up. These are just for references and to get motivated, but ultimately individual's passion and drive towards making it happen will make all the difference.
Great. Thank you, Ashish, for this information. We'll get back